Peace. It's your boy, Romello Scuds, Russ, Outspoken 520 Boxing. I just want to say it was a amazing weekend for boxing for the hardcore boxing fan like myself. No, it wasn't on the popularity scale if a Tank Davis or Canelo was fighting. It was for the hardcore fans like myself. It was so many fights. I'm gonna touch on the fights that I did see and give you my breakdown of the fights. But first, I'm gonna start with Lorenzo Trump Simpson of his robbery. Now, yes, he was robbed, but he did the number one thing that judges hate. He stopped letting his hands go. You never stop letting your hands go, even if you're dominant of the fight, even you in cruise control and all that, even you got the pace, the rhythm, everything, and you know in your heart you won the fight, you never stop letting your hands go. Even if it's not at a high rate, you never stop letting your hands go. You gotta stay busy. Judges hate that, and as the opponent is busy, even though not letting no hard shots or nothing like that. No, Simpson wasn't hurt or nothing like that, but he was kind of like in survival mode, even though he wasn't hurt, but he was just cruising, and judges hate that. Boxing is a sport, also it's entertainment. When you don't let your hands go, it's not entertaining. They're gonna Judges gonna flag you for that. And my advice to Trump Simpson: don't let your stop, never stop letting your hands go. Period. Even if you dominant in the fight, never stop letting your hands go. But he took his loss. I'm sure he can learn from it. Just don't stop letting your hands go. That's my advice. Um, Lamont Simpson, he fought Friday night. He defended his WBA super featherweight title in the 130 division. It was his first title defense. He was in his hometown in DC. It was a masterclass performance, a masterclass. He caught him good with the liver shot, and that's one of the most dangerous spots to get hit at. The liver, body, head, of course, and the chin. The chin right there, or like the chin, like the side of your face. That's the worst places to get hit at. And he got caught with a liver shot. Yeah. It was a great performance from him. What's next for him? I think him and Orshaki Foster. He's the WBC super featherweight champion. He got a fight this weekend on the Shakur Stevenson card. If he could pass his opponent this coming Saturday, I think him versus Lamont Roach for unification is in order. That would be a good fight for both fighters. That will move the needle for both fighters, as far as getting the bigger fights in the 130 division. So that's just my opinion on that. But again, congrats to Lamar Roach. Good performance. I was very, very impressed. Teofimo, he had a fight this past Saturday. He fought Steve Klagic. Teofimo, he won the fight, unanimous decision. I had him up all 12 rounds, but I'm concerned about him. And I like Teofimo. Steve Klagic made Teofimo work. Teofimo just had the pace. He just had the distance. He just boxed him very well. But my concern about Teofimo is his power in the 140 division. I don't know. It's in question. Yes, when he was in 135, he was knocking people out. He was a monster. But in the 140 division, he knocked I forgot his name, who he knocked out in the 140 division. It was in his debut too, after he lost to Cambosis. I forgot his name, but that's his last knockout. And then he had that subpar performance versus Sandor Martin. And then had the masterclass performance versus Josh Taylor. I always call Teofimo a enigma because I don't know which Teofimo I'm gonna get. I'm gonna get the masterclass performance versus Lomachenko and Josh Taylor, or I'm gonna get the lackluster head scratcher versus Sandor Martin, Kambosos, and low key Jermaine Ortiz, even though he won that fight. But he didn't cut off the ring versus Jermaine Ortiz. Now, last night's performance, it was solid. It was okay. But it's just I'm concerned about him. I think he need a new trainer. His father trains him. I think he need to do something else in the 140 division if you want to be undisputed there. And it's wide open for him, but I just think a new trainer is in order. That's my opinion for him. But the two fighters and the two fighters that really impressed me the most was Rousey Ramirez. He was on the undercard of Teofimo Lopez, and the next superstar in the flyweight division got to be Jesse Ben Rodriguez. His performance last night got him top 5 in my pound for pound list. I swear to God. I'm gonna start with Rousey Ramirez first. Rousey Ramirez, another masterclass performance. From his loss last year, it was my fight of the year versus Rafael Espinoza. But his last night's performance was incredible. He was doing anything he wanted, and he caught him with a nasty uppercut that ended the night. Again, it was a masterclass in the 126 division. And speaking of 126 featherweight division, that division is loaded. It is loaded. Nick Barnes, Chushu Carrington, Ray Vargas, Rafael Espinoza. And speaking of Rafael Espinoza, he had a performance a couple of weeks ago. It was a masterclass performance on his own. So him versus Rousey Ramirez rematch, it needs to be in order like very soon because that was a classic of a fight. I swear to God, it was. Both men was not down. It was back and forth. It was just how a classic fight supposed to be. And Rousey Ramirez last night remind you that he's still great. He's a 2-time gold Olympic medalist, and he's a former champion. So last night performance, he just reminded us that he's still great. I'm hoping for a rematch with him versus Espinoza later this year. It need to happen. I want it to happen. It was my fight of the year last year. I'm not gonna be disappointed. But the fighter that got my attention this past weekend, it's got to be Jesse Ben Rodriguez. His fight versus El Gallo Estrada. He's a legend, future Hall of Famer. If you don't think he's a legend, check out his fights versus Roman Chocolatito Gonzalez. Man, it was here in Arizona. I'm so pissed that I had to miss that fight. I had a prior engagement, but that fight, man, whew. You know how Mexican fights get down, for sure. They're gonna fight. It's gonna be a fight. It's not gonna be uh, um basically boxing skills. It's gonna be a fight. And Jesse Ben Rodriguez, not his speed and the power, those are great too, but his footwork is genius to me. He got to have the best footwork in boxing today. One of them. His footwork is incredible. He was not down. He was not down on the fight. And Estrada did knock him down. It was more of a flash knockdown, though. It wasn't a devastating knockdown. It was more of a flash. But Ben Rodriguez just got up, shook it off, and closed the show. And he is the next superstar. I swear to God, he is. He's the next superstar. He remind me so much of Michael Carbajal. He's another Phoenix, Arizona legend. He's more like an ambassador in Arizona. I live in Arizona, and people always telling me Michael Carbajal. Michael Carbajal is a guy and all that stuff like that to the state and to the city of Phoenix. And yes, he was the truth. He's the greatest little man, hard-hitting puncher I ever seen in my life. I never seen a little man that could hit that hard. But pause. But Jesse Bear Rodriguez, he's a net superstar to me. He's a Mexican. He got the look. Pause. And he got the skills to back it up. He's the net superstar. And he had a great performance last night. And he's 24 years old. He ain't even scratched the surface yet. And the stuff that he's doing is catching everyone's attention. And he's on my pound for pound top 5. He's not at the bottom no more. He's in the top 5 conversation. So give that man his flowers. But that's all I got for y'all. I'm Romello Scuds. E. Russ. Hit that bell button. Subscribe to the channel. Outspoken 520 Boxing. I'm on YouTube, IG, Facebook. Again, hit that subscribe button. Talk some great boxing. Comment down below. Tell me what you think. Tell me the stuff I should cover. Tell me the stuff I should do better. But again, I'm Romello Scuds. E. Russ. Outspoken 520 Boxing. It's your boy. Peace and blessings. 1.